Hello! This is a video where I hopefully convince you to stop putting these LED drop-in bulbs in your car's brake light and turn signal housings. If your car was equipped with incandescent bulbs for its brake lights and/or turn signals, then when they burn out, you need to replace them with the exact same bulb that came with the car. Why? I would be happy to explain, and I will, but first I'm going to show you why I'm making this video. The Nissan Cube that I bought to make videos on engine management technology had these little buggers in the brake lights. And when I first saw them, I thought, you know, that looks pretty good. The last time I really yapped on about these was quite a while ago. Things have improved. I'm sure they're in a better spot now, but you know, I'd better check. So I put one of the original incandescent bulbs back in, started the engine to make sure that the electrical system was running at the charging voltage. For those that don't know, when a car is running, the voltage is usually like 14 to 14.5 volts, and that's going to make light bulbs brighter. So I made sure the engine was running, put my foot on the brake, and yeah, the stock incandescent bulb is a lot brighter than this LED replacement. And that's really important because your brake lights let people behind you know, hey, you're slowing down, please don't hit me. And why would you want your brake lights to not be as bright as they should be? Personally, I want them to be as bright as they should be, and so I have removed these from the car, and now you are getting this video. But before I explain this more deeply, I want to tell you about my socks. Aren't they just lovely? This one's even brake light and turn signal themed. How topical! That's right. These are my Technology Connections socks, the first and so far only official merch from this channel, and they are only going to be for sale for the next week or so. But I want to talk about what exactly this is for because the community post I just made about them, people seemed a bit confused. I'm not making any money from the sale of these socks. This is a collaboration with Good Store, and all the profit that's generated from the sale of these is going to charity. In this case, Partners in Health, so they can fund and operate the Maternal Center of Excellence in Sierra Leone, which is a region of the world that has one of the highest infant mortality rates. The goal of the Maternal Center of Excellence is to be a teaching hospital, which helps lower the maternal mortality rates in Sierra Leone. And I think that's a really cool cause. So I worked with the team at Good Store and plenty of independent artists to come up with 12 sock designs based on my eccentricities, and they can be yours over the next 6 or 12 months. And that's the thing. I want to explain that it's a prepaid subscription. This isn't something you're signing up for and you're going to have to manage. You're going to buy it now, and over the next 6 to 12 months, you'll get socks in the mail. And the packaging for these socks is designed to be compostable, and also they are shipped flat, so that way they can be processed through the mail like an envelope. There's a lot of thought that went into this, and it's not my idea. The Awesome Socks Club has been going on for a long time, but I talked to Hank Green and I said, you know what? Could we do a line of socks for my channel and basically run it as an extension of the Awesome Socks Club? And we came up with the idea to do a prepaid subscription. But again, this isn't something that you're going to sign up for and have to think about. You're just prepaying for socks. And the reason we're doing it that way is A, it's just kind of fun, but B, it allows us to have all these different designs. It's really hard to have 12 sock designs made right away, but it's a lot easier to tell a company, hey, we want to have 1 month of these, the next month of these, the next month of these. So it's really just a way to spread out the ordering system, but it also means you get to have a fun sock surprise in the mail for the next 6 to 12 months starting in January. You can tell I'm not so great at this whole influencer thing because I completely forgot to mention, if these socks sound cool, you can check out the links in the description or the pinned comment to purchase them. Thanks for your consideration, and now back to the whole brake light thing. All right, so back to these terrible things and why you shouldn't use them. I've talked about this before, but your car's signal lighting, the turn signals and brake lights, are optical systems. It's not simply a box that a light bulb goes in and it lights up and then it makes the front of the box light up. It has a reflector and lens assembly, which is designed to project the light from the bulb pretty much directly behind your car. It's a relatively narrow cone of visibility, and that's so that the people behind you can see the brake lights and turn signals clearly even in bright ambient lighting. Now, the optical system depends on knowing where the filament, the thing that actually produces light, is going to be. because if you can imagine a parabolic reflector, the filament needs to be in the exact correct spot in order for the performance of that reflector to be standardized. And automotive light bulbs, the ones that you're supposed to put in your car, are manufactured so that the filaments are always in the exact same place. That's part of why there are so many types of light bulbs out there. There's been different designs over the years. But it is engineered so that way when you put the same 7441 or whatever bulb in the light housing, it's going to have the exact same optical performance as any other 7441 bulb. But these don't do that. And that is why every single one of these is labeled for off-road use only. I'm frankly annoyed that auto parts stores, or in this case Walmart, sell these things because they're not road legal. And speaking of Walmart, the reason why I have footage from inside a Walmart was because I wanted to pick up the red version of this bulb and test that. When you are putting a light behind a colored filter, the filter is going to remove a huge amount of the light. And this is a cold white bulb, so filtering down to red is going to remove, I don't know, like 80% of the light output. It's going to be a lot. And ideally, you would put a red LED behind a red lens. That way there's very little filtering. And I know that red versions of this exist, and I figured Walmart would sell them, but they don't. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because it kind of makes sense that they wouldn't sell them, because this bulb you can put in a turn signal housing so long as it's got amber coloring, or a brake light housing, and it's going to work. Whereas if you put a red bulb in a turn signal, that would, well, if it's in the rear here in the US, that would actually technically be fine. I'll be annoyed by it, but it would technically be fine. But anyway, if Walmart is only selling the white ones, and I did not go to any other stores to try and find this out, but if Walmart is only selling the white ones, then they're selling the worst one for someone who wants to put these in their brake light housings. And it's just so frustrating that these are for sale in a store like Walmart. They're totally just, I doubt the people that are purchasing these in stores are that aware of the fact that these are just not road legal, even though the packaging very clearly says that. But, you know, it's just, it's not good. Don't use these. Put the bulb that's supposed to be in your car back. I understand it's tempting to be like, oh, well, LEDs last a lot longer. I'm going to put an LED bulb in the car. That way I don't have to worry about, you know, the brake light burning out again. But if it's not as bright as the thing that's supposed to be in there, that's not good. Just don't do that. Just use the original bulb. And if for some reason you cannot resist the idea of putting an LED in your car, first of all, if you don't know this, like there's so many people now where their turn signals are hyper flashing because they put an LED bulb in their car and the car thinks one of the bulbs is out because these things hardly draw any current. People will go through the effort of putting in like drop resistors to make the turn signals flash at a normal rate rather than just put the original bulb back. And it's kind of baffling to me that, so, you know, it's like all this work is being done for a worse result, and I don't understand it. And I get that probably a lot of people are not checking the way that I showed you, where you put one original bulb in, one new bulb in, and actually compare. But man, it's just, this is a thing that really frustrates me. And I have, you know, my Hyundai Ioniq 5 has LED brake lights as factory, so there's really nothing that I can do to demonstrate this. But luckily, this old beater of a car, somebody at some point put these in the back, and they should not have. Don't do it. Okay, bye.